Welcome to another exciting episode of Transform Yourself, the podcast that's all about empowering you to shed those stubborn pounds and embrace your best selves. We are your hosts, Kacy and Tyler, and we use the 4 M's of fitness, mind shift, meal shift, micro habits, and muscle building to create an attainable and sustainable approach to weight loss. We have lost a collective 130 pounds. We've kept it off for 2 years, and today we are taking a deep dive into a topic that you might just need because it is March and everyone's spring break is coming up. And the topic is staying on track with your weight loss journey while you are on the go. So whether you're on a business trip or a family vacation or it's just a weekend getaway, maybe you're having a staycation, grab your headphones, hit play, and let's transform ourselves on the road. We've got 10 fun travel tips for you today.
Are they? How fun are they?
No, we do not have 10 fun travel tips. I lied. We have 8 fun travel tips.
Well, we better give them 20% refund.
Right. We have 8 fun travel tips for you today. Ty, do we have any spring break plans?
Go hopefully kill some pigs. Going pig hunting.
Oh, you are going pig hunting. That's right.
I think that's the only...
With your brother.
With my brother, not with my
me.
family.
Not with me.
Would you want to go pig
I do not want to go pig hunting.
Do you want to go
No,
shoot
I do
and then
not.
clean a pig for human consumption?
That sounds awful. No, it sounds like no fun. So, the girls and I will be here having a great time though, without you.
I'm sure y'all would rather do literally anything else.
I mean, it's true. So let me preface this episode with the idea that you want to think of your vacation like pages in a book. Find a book somewhere in your house that's somewhere around 365 pages. Maybe it's 400, maybe it's a little less, maybe it's 300. Regardless, find a book around that many pages because think of your life and your year like that book. And I want you to hold on, grab 7 pages in the middle of that book. And I want you to realize that that is a tiny amount in the grand scheme of your year. So if you are going on a 7-day vacation, think of it like the 7 pages of that book. Those 7 days on your vacation are not going to ruin all of your efforts, big picture. So if you do go on vacation and you don't continue to have the habits that you have at home.
Because it's hard.
It is hard. It's a lot harder to do when you're away from your, routine. Then it's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. Know that you are on vacation to relax, to have fun, to let go. But for some of us, we don't want to let go of all of the things. And we are really enjoying, for some of my clients, they're really enjoying the progress that they're seeing. And they have anxiety about vacations, pending vacations that are coming up. And they don't want to lose all of their progress. So we talk about what can we still control and what are we going to let go of.
What do you not have control of on vacation?
Well, you don't have control over, if you don't have a kitchen to cook in, you aren't really going to cook. You're going to eat out.
That.
So you may not have that kind of control, right?
Well, you still have control. You still don't have to eat
or if you're
Big
going
Mac every day.
That is true. Sometimes people go on vacation to see family and friends in other states, right? If you do that, that other person is cooking for you. They might have planned an entire week worth of meals for you. You now no longer have control over the food that is placed in front of you. You do have control over what you put in your mouth, but so
that's really the point I'm trying to make is I understand, yes, you do lose some sense of control. But it's not like you're going to prison and if you don't eat this slop, then you're not eating today, buddy. If you go to Mimi's house and she makes fried chicken, eat one piece. You can adapt. Quit making excuses. You can deal with it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yes. So we are going to talk through some tips on how to handle your vacation, your travels, what you're doing, because I know the month of March is a big travel month.
Sorry, I was jumping the gun a little bit.
It's okay.
I'm getting fired up today.
So the purpose is for you to have fun on vacation, and that is and should be your purpose. So even if you don't follow all 8 pieces of advice, if you pick 4 of them that resonate with you, That's totally fine. Do what works for you and your vacation. I can say this from my own vacation experience. I am fairly routine with my diet, meaning what I eat at home. And when I say the word diet, I don't mean I'm on a diet, I'm in a calorie deficit all the time, because I am not. Sense. I mean in the broad sense that we all eat, and therefore we all have a diet that we follow. Our own dietary guidelines of our, in our
lowercase d
house. Yes, in our house. When I'm on vacation, I don't have all of the habits that I have in place when I'm at home, but I do follow many of the tips that I'm about to give you so that I can mitigate weight gain. Typically, when I go on vacation, my goal is never weight loss. Usually, typically, if I go, and even when I was in my fat loss phase, when we went on vacation, my goal was just to maintain weight, meaning weigh the same pre-vacation as I did post-vacation. At this point, I might have a goal of not gaining more than 3 pounds on vacation, because typically that's going to be water weight anyways and easy to come right back off. So you set your goal where you want it to be for your vacation. It's your goal and you get to make that decision. So having said that, let's get into the 8 tips. Tip number 1 is to plan ahead. Plan like a pro. So first things first, research your destination. I am the queen of researching all destinations before I go.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say most of the people who listen to this podcast probably are in the same boat, because I'd imagine it's a vast majority of ladies.
So research your destination, look and see, will there even be healthy eating options where you're going? Will there be a gym or fitness facility to use? If you're going to somebody's house, do they have dumbbells? Do they have a yoga mat to use? Are they even into that kind of thing? Would they want to do those kind of fun activities with you? If you are going to somebody else's house, could you offer ideas or suggestions, or say, I've always wanted to go to this or that restaurant, if you've done some research? Preparation is kind of your little weapon against travel temptations. So on our vacation to Florida, we typically stay in condos. My friend Gina and I, it's her family that we travel with, we typically always look to make sure that the condo has a gym facility, and we actually use it and we take turns using it. Gina and I'll go down there and work out together, and then our husbands will go down and work out together. And we typically try to plan ahead for a condo with a gym. I'm not saying you have to work out during your vacation, but if that's something that is important to you, that you like to do, well then research and find something that works for you. There are other vacations that doesn't necessarily work for. On our Disney vacation, I certainly didn't go to a gym. That's also because you're walking 20,000 plus steps a day when you're at Disney. So you don't,
I think that's also an important point, is many people go on vacations with the intention of doing something active. So if you're missing your workouts, but you're going to walk 20,000 steps a day in the Florida sun, you know what? You'll probably be okay even if you kind of go over on the calories. You're going to be all right.
Tip number 2, which is day of travel tips. This is the day that you're actually traveling from point A to point B. So whether that's plane, train, or automobile, you can pack snacks that aren't going to leave you hangry when you get to your destination. If you ever see me in an airport, you can bet money that if you look in my purse, you're going to find turkey jerky. And you're also probably going to find an apple, because I feel like every time I get on an airplane, it's like I have to have turkey jerky and an apple in my purse, because those 2 foods travel really well for me and they keep me full and they keep me satisfied. And that's kind of my go-to travel foods. Have you ever noticed that?
Okay. Remember last summer? Remember the lady eating a corn on the cob
on an airplane.
Yeah, in the
airport. She was eating corn on the cob.
We're all standing there in line waiting to get on a plane, and she's literally just hunched over a trash can, going to town on that corn. And it's just like, did you bring this corn? Did you get it from is there a Chili's here that has corn? I had so many questions, and
I do remember that lady. It was a very odd sight.
I wish I loved anything as much as she loved that corn. She was making love to that corn.
She was.
It was the best damn thing she'd ever had.
I mean, but you know what?
But it's better than a Snickers bar,
Yeah,
right?
good on her. Good on her for eating corn on the cob that way and loving it as much as she did, because she did. That must have been the best corn on the cob
It was
ever.
like watching someone like in a cartoon, like the ding, like it's an old typewriter. It was like that.
Yeah. I completely forgot about that.
I don't ever forget about that.
It's a good memory.
Lady corn
Yeah.
lady in
Corn
Orlando,
lady.
Florida last year.
Yes, that's right. So
Sometimes I lay awake at night just wondering, where's the corn lady at? Is she eating corn right now?
she might be. She probably is. I mean, I don't know. If she's at an airport, maybe, yeah. Those are my go-to those are my go-to airport snacks, the turkey jerky, the apple. It usually at airports, if you forget to bring food, look for fruit. Most airports will have fresh fruit somewhere. So look for that. I did make a mistake one time. Do you remember the one time that I brought a boiled egg with me on an airplane?
No, but I can imagine that was a horrible decision.
It was not. I was that person.
Because it's nasty.
Yeah.
It's like the person who brings fish to work and sticks it in the microwave.
I was the person who brought a boiled egg on an airplane once, and I realized when I opened my baggie with my boiled egg, it was not the best smell, and I probably shouldn't have done. It was on our way to.
Why can't the TSA stop that?
I don't know. It was on our way to
That should
Boston.
be their only purview. Is all the other stuff is security theater, but we really need to be worried about keeping people off planes who are going to eat stinky food.
I mean,
I would like to see my tax dollars go to that.
on road trips, we bring a tiny cooler with us. And on road trips, like our road trip to Florida that we make mostly annually, I bring berries, grapes, yogurts, cheese sticks, turkey jerky, turkey pepperoni. I have a cooler full of handy little snacks to get us from Texas to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fantastic. So if you're going on a road trip, grab a little cooler, pack it up. There's really you're not going to find healthy options. We've said it before in other podcasts. You're not going to find very
difficult.
healthy options at a Stop and Shop. Pack it up. And yeah, just be prepared for the travel day. I will say on travel days, that's the one time that I don't hydrate myself, is on the actual travel day, because you don't want to have to stop every 2 hours for me to go to the bathroom. So I do that.
And you don't want to.
Yeah.
You don't want to stop in some little shanty town between Houston and New Orleans.
Right. And that is tip 3, is to hydrate. Hydrate.
Just not during travel days.
Just, yeah. I mean,
Use
I
common
guess you
sense.
could. You
Just
could
use
if you
common-
wanted to stop every hour to
If
go
you
to
were
the
in an
bathroom.
if you went to an airport, that's not as big of a deal because you have pretty ready access. But yeah, if you're going to be driving for 13 hours,
Yeah,
maybe we'll cool it.
road trips, I quell the idea of drinking 120 ounces of water a day. But if I'm traveling by plane, I for sure will be the person that gets the giant jug of water and brings it on the airplane and gets up twice to use the restroom on a 3-hour flight.
Yeah.
But I like to get up on a flight anyways because I like to stretch my legs. So doesn't bother me.
Unless you got a
I
urinal.
mean, the airplane bathroom's pretty disgusting, but
Do you know what a urinal is?
no, what's a urinal?
It's a urinal for a lady.
Did you just say urinal?
Yeah, that's what they're called.
So you mean restroom?
No. This is like a thing that allows you to pee while you're in the car. Because, dudes, we can do that. That's an option I have.
Pee while you're in the car?
Yeah.
It's called a urinal?
Yeah. It allows you to pee into essentially a funnel.
I think you've lost your mind.
This is a thing.
Is this the kind of thing that comes up on your algorithm? Do you have ads for urinals?
No,
I've never
I'm a
heard
man
of
of
it.
culture.
Okay.
And I just know things, okay?
Okay.
But you get the idea.
I do get the idea, but
Is that not a great?
I'm good. I can stop. We can stop at a roadside.
Just
Yeah.
Some women don't have that luxury. They have barbaric husbands that won't stop.
I mean, you're right. That's probably a thing. All right. So tip number 3 is to hydrate. You can keep your cravings at bay if you drink enough water. carry a reusable bottle with you, and just make it a goal to drink enough water throughout your vacation and journey. On most vacations, I do think ahead and bring a giant refillable bottle of water, and I just kind of empty it. If I'm going through an airport, I'll just empty it, go through TSA, refill it on the other side, and not have to pay for bottled water the entire time on the vacation. Whether we're going to Florida, Disney, Spain, wherever, I will bring a real refillable water. And of course, my Mio, because if you know me, I don't like flavored water, so I put Mio lemonade in mine and drink lemonade all day. Tip number 4, use technology and let it help you explore local flavors and local healthy flavors, or maybe even local farmers markets that you can go to. So that's one of the very best parts of traveling. I love trying local cuisines. It doesn't mean you have to sacrifice all of your progress, though, just because you're trying something new, some local cuisine. Get on Yelp or ask your concierge at your hotel for local recommendations. Use the technology you have at your hand. Get specific if you need to. Get on there and put grilled fish in Yelp, and you get an output of local cuisine with grilled fish.
Okay.
Got any input? Do you have any input?
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty easy. I think if you're going to the coast, you can get seafoods. Sorry, you caught me off guard there.
It's okay. I was just looking for input. And when you do try local cuisines, load up on locally grown veggies that you may not get where you're from. New fruits, new veggies. Try it all out. And try a new cuisine. Tip number 5, plan some activities with movement. So vacations lend themselves to more movement anyways.
Yep.
And truly, some vacations do lend themselves to more movement than other vacations.
I mean, I'd imagine most, really, right?
Most of them. I mean, here's the thing.
Because you're going somewhere to go do something. You're not going somewhere just to go sleep.
This is true. But imagine you are on a cruise, right? Mm-hmm. So many people on a cruise, they're like, yeah, the cruise ship is big and you're walking from your room. But the thing is if you're only walking from your room to the buffet and then from the buffet to your lounge chair.
Okay, fair
enough. And then
enough.
back to the buffet and back to your room.
Okay.
You're probably getting 4,000 or 5,000 steps in a day, and you're probably consuming a ton of calories. And you do some saying. Mm-hmm. Whereas there are activities on a cruise ship that you can do that will get you more active. Most cruise ships will have a track that you can get usually in extra steps.
There's usually a track. I'm sure I've never been on a cruise ship. I'm sure there's a gym, right?
There is a gym,
but there's
on
also
cruise ships.
Pools and they have games and
you can swim, you can go to the gym, you can walk the track. There's putt golf on many cruise ships,
and I guess to be I guess me being a non-drinker, I don't think that way anymore. When we used to go to all-inclusives, I mean, what did we do? We'd wake up, go get breakfast, and then go have drinks. And then from there, it was you lay around all day. You might take a nap at like 11:45, and while you're waiting on some carpaccio to get delivered.
Right. I mean, it's true.
So I mean, I guess that is fair.
And the good fun news is if you are going to an all-inclusive, they have group fitness classes at all-inclusives. In fact, yours truly taught group fitness in Jamaica more than
Mexico.
And Mexico, right. Mm-hmm. So I once did contract business where I was contracted to teach group fitness at all-inclusives. It was a great job. It was a great little side gig. I taught water aerobics at more than one all-inclusive.
Well, and so much that we still have a friend that's how we met.
That's right. I don't know. Because she came to all of my aerobics classes and I actually at that
they actually came to our wedding.
Mm-hmm, she did come to our wedding. She also I met her because she came to I did personal training also at that all-inclusive where I had gym hours and the guests could come get free personal training from me. What is her name?
It was Corey.
Thank you. Yes. So Corey would come to my classes.
Well, and I don't know if this would be indicative of all resorts or resorts that do this, But there was not a lot of competition. Like if if the resort does that, there wasn't a ton of people taking them up on it.
That's true.
So if you did decide to do it, you're probably going to get some really good one-on-one time
with a trainer.
With a trainer.
It's true. It is true.
Most people aren't going to do it.
Yeah. And some vacations, like if you're going to the mountains to go skiing, clearly you already have movement and exercise embedded in your vacation. And other vacations, in Disney, of course, that you have a lot of movement. In that type of vacation.
I think the day that we went to Epcot, we tracked in, at least I recorded, about 14 miles of walking that day.
Yeah, it was a lot. So, and other vacations, maybe if you're going to somebody's house and maybe they don't get in a lot of movement, you might have to plan extra movement, or you might have to do a little research, or find out, is there a local bike tour that you could do with your family and friends.
Just bring a pair of shoes and go find a place to go for a walk.
That's true too.
It's not going to be, it might not be the sexiest thing, but yeah, sometimes that's what you got to do.
So go on a local hike, paddleboard in the lake or paddleboard in the ocean, go for a beach walk, take some bikes into town for some local shopping, go for a swim.
Horseback riding.
Yep, horseback riding. Zip lining. When I was in Costa Rica recently with some awesome ladies for my very first Form Fit retreat. Hopefully we'll be having another one soon. I am working on that. When I was in Costa Rica, shout out, hi ladies. We did horseback riding, we did hiking, we did zip lining, we did swimming. We even made some time for some morning yoga sessions. Movement and exercise can be fun. Make it a part of your vacation, make it enjoyable. By the way, before I write all these podcasts, I do a little research and I was looking up 10 most visited spring break destinations, and I kept getting best spring break destination websites where, the websites were trying to sell me on travel packages, of course. But I did keep getting repeats over and over that Cancun, Mexico, and Orlando, Florida were the top most visited places during spring break. It seems like everybody wants to go somewhere where it's sunny and warm, possibly the beach or Disney or maybe both. And also I found that Daytona Beach is known as the spring break capital of the world.
Thank you, MTV.
I know, right? So
Daytona Beach.
Daytona Beach, yeah.
Not Panama City? Not PCB?
No. And South Padre Island is also a huge spring break destination, which makes me laugh because shout out to Spring Break 98 and Spring Break 99 with me and my college girlfriends. And I was down there, of course, acting goofy and drinking alcohol and getting a tattoo. For those of you who don't know, I have a tattoo. I do.
You got the spring break tattoo.
I got the spring break tramp stamp, but also let me go ahead and say
let's class it up a little bit.
I mean, I'm a classy lady, so it was the 90s though. It was still
was
the 90s.
It a butterfly?
No, it was not a butterfly. It's not. It's science.
No, it was a Cupid.
It's not that either. It's the solar system, but
it says no regrets. Or no regrets or whatever it's in that commercial where the guy get a tattoo, he's supposed to say no regrets and they misspelled it.
So back to the tips. We are on tip number 6. Tip number 6 is mindful indulgences. So let's be all about balance. Make sure, allow yourself vacation treats, of course. It's the one time of the year that you're going to find me saying yes to drinking wine.
Within reason.
Yeah, within reason. But I choose to drink wine and eat desserts that I love very mindfully when I'm on vacation. Do you remember the last mini vacation that we took? It was kind of just more of a weekend getaway for the two of us. We took our kids my parents watched the kids, and you and I went to Galveston. Mm-hmm. We stayed at a hotel, ate at our very favorite restaurant in Galveston called Rudy and Paco's. Highly recommended, by the way. Then we ordered dessert, and we were too full at the moment to eat it at Rudy and Paco's, so we took it to go. But then we literally just laid in our hotel bed and just
We ate
down
chocolate cheesecake.
on chocolate cheesecake, and it was so good, and it was huge, it was delicious, and it was big, and totally overindulged that night.
There's probably as many calories in that piece of cheesecake as the rest of the meal.
It's true. I'm sure there were.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
It was literally a treat.
And then we
enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just got right back on track the very next day and we didn't punish ourselves over it.
And I think that's what people need to understand is that that's fine. Enjoy it. That's like the beautiful thing about being alive is having amazing food and that kind of a thing. It's standing in your pantry on Tuesday when you're about to go watch Big Brother episode and you're eating a handful of Oreos trying to decide if you want to eat Oreos.
Right.
For a snack. That's what kills you. It's not the piece of cheesecake that you eat once every 6 months at a fancy restaurant.
Correct. Exactly. So have indulgences, plan for them, make sure that you understand that that's vacation and your special awesome treat that you're having.
Enjoy it.
And enjoy it and mindfully eat it and be present in the moment while you're eating it and don't punish yourself about it later and get right back on track. Yeah. And that's it. Again, think about those 7 pages in a 365-page book. That's it. Tip number 7, try to get quality sleep. This is easier for some people than others. Like for you, this is really easy on vacation for you to get sleep. I mean, you're the type of person, Ty, that can sleep anywhere, anytime.
See, it is, but it isn't, because you're right. I can sleep on a plane. I can sleep wherever. I just don't like to.
I mean,
I get FOMO.
Nobody wants to. So sleep is easier for some than others. I can tell you when I go on vacation and I am outside my comfort zone, meaning my own bed in my own house, I typically spend a good 24 to 48 hours getting hardly any sleep. Like that first night of sleep in another bed in another place is really hard for me. And usually the next night, not so much because I'm so exhausted. But you can do things to help and, pack your favorite pillow, bring an eye patch, bring earplugs, use your phone and put rain sounds on your phone. You can do little things to try to get as quality sleep as you can because sleep is important. And I know some of you are like, well, duh, I'm on vacation. I'm having the best sleep of my life. And if that's you, great. But then some of you might be more like me and you're outside of your home and it kind of puts a wrinkle in you being able to get quality sleep. So I do have to use strategies to make sure that I am getting quality sleep even on vacation. It is important to your hormones and not overindulging the next day. When you get lack of sleep, you have your
ghrelin is
increased.
All jacked up.
Yeah, your ghrelin. You have an increase in ghrelin the next day, which means you are actually going to feel hungrier for the entire next day. And also you have a decrease in leptin, which is your I'm full signal, and you are not going to feel as full as fast. So those things are going to work against you if you're not getting quality sleep. So sleep is still important. Our final tip number 8, if you do go overboard. If you go overboard, go easy on yourself. Success is about creating balance. And instead of having an all or nothing attitude, we don't need to say to ourselves, I can never indulge again when I travel, or...
You're basically saying, if you go overboard, then just get back on track the next meal. That's it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't dwell on it. Don't think, I've ruined all of my progress. The CDQ's going to be so disappointed in me. Nobody cares. Just get back on track. You're going to be fine.
Yeah. Proceed at a reasonable pace and just get back to your normal, healthy routine as soon as possible.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
Absolutely. And even if it takes you, sometimes I come home from vacation and I might be 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds heavier. Guess what?
It's mostly water weight.
It's mostly water weight. And it might take me 7 days total to get those back, get those, 3 to 5 pounds off. And then I'm right back to square one. Was it totally worth it? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you think the whole water weight thing is something that people really understand? Because that's a real, like if you're on a very tight diet and you're eating very clean, exercising, and then you change your routine with travel and sleep and all that,
then yes.
For you to retain a half a gallon of water spread over your entire body, you're never going to notice it by looking in the mirror, but that could be 4-5 pounds.
Right.
Easy.
Right. Yes, exactly. And he's right that your sleep change, your diet change, all of the change, even just traveling can cause water weight gain. And that's it. And that's all that it is. You just have to know that water weight gain is going to come off at a much faster pace than fat loss is.
Yeah.
So
you'll be fine.
Absolutely.
Stay the course. You're going to be fine.
And there you have it. It's 8 trips. Nope, not trips. It's tips.
Just the tip. What? It's just the tips. That's all we're given is just tips.
8 tips to stay on track with your weight loss journey while traveling. Remember, it's not about perfection. I can't stop laughing now.
Why are you laughing? What's so funny?
Because you said it's just the tip.
It is. It's just a bunch of tips. I mean, what lady wouldn't like 8 tips?
God.
All at once.
This is terrible. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. Embrace the adventure. Make healthy choices. Continue to transform yourself wherever life takes you. And don't forget to leave us a rating or a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback means the world to us, and it helps others discover our show. So remember, you are capable of incredible change. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, stay committed to your journey, and keep transforming yourself.
Adios.